One of those things that I will never ever get tired of talking about is building confidence as a dietitian, especially as a new dietitian when you're just getting your feet under you and you're starting to understand what it means to be a dietitian in the real world. There's 4 really, really important things that you're going to want to think about at all times. And these aren't things that ever stop. Like, you're not going to wake up one day and be like, I'm experienced now. I'm experienced now. I don't even have to think about these things. You're going to think about them constantly. The first one is knowing your material. Number 1 confidence hack. The number 1 thing you need to know about building confidence is that you've got to know your material. You have to know your subject matter, whether your subject matter is a particular skill in nutrition or whether it's the people that you're catering to, the patients that you're talking to, the clients that you want to attract. You have to know your material. You have to know your subject matter. That is the very, very first and the most fundamental part of building confidence as a dietitian, or really in any part of your life. If you don't know what you're talking about, you're going to have a really hard time projecting confidence from within. And the second part of that, which the second part 2 directly ties into knowing your material, knowing your subject matter. And that is just fundamentally that part is just being able to communicate. You've got to be able to have generally good communication skills. And when I say generally good communication skills, I mean, you got to be able to read a room. If somebody is checking out mentally, if they are physically exhausted, if they are not interested, understand that maybe that's your opportunity to walk away. That's just an example, but it also applies to being able to write a complete sentence. Just be able to do it. You've got to be able to do it. I mean, it's really, really frustrating for the people around you to take you seriously when you can't compose things that are clear in writing, because a big part of your job is going to be written material. Whether that is in email format because you're working for the government, everything you're doing is conversations through email, whether that's notes that you're writing through Practice Better or through an EMR system that your long-term care facility has, it doesn't matter. You're going to be using the written word, so know how to utilize it in the same way that you know how to utilize your voice. The third really important concept connected to building confidence is being able to ask for help. If you don't know something, if you're stuck, if you are looking at information in front of you and it's not clicking, you don't get it, somebody wrote something, you have no idea what they're talking about, or you see something and it sticks out to you as this being this really, really big question mark, or you're just stuck, you hit a wall, you don't know where to go next, you've got to ask for help. Asking for help is one of the most important things that you can do over the life of your career, possibly in your entire, you have to be able to ask for help, because that's the only way people are going to know that you are in need of something and then be able to support you in achieving that. And then the final thing is know when to say no. If you are trying to build confidence, the 4th most important part of being able to do that successfully is having boundaries, knowing when to say no. If you can say no and you can learn to say no successfully, which ties into this, please don't apologize for everything. Just say no. Don't say sorry, but no. Just say, I can't do that right now. I don't have the capacity for it. I'm not in a position where I can take on that opportunity. Thank you so much for thinking of me, but just don't apologize about it. There's no need for it. What are you apologizing for? You didn't do anything wrong. You're just stating your boundaries, and that is going to make a huge difference moving forward when you're able to start differentiating between the things that are really, really important to you in your life and the things that you just don't really give a shit about.